I'm Jeff Philbin, and we're here to give you ideas for what to make for dinner, or as we call them, dinner DeeAs. Today, how about a classic French dish? Coq au vin, and no Duolingo app required. We're gonna break it all down for you and show you how to make it and why every cook should try it. Joining me to spill the secrets to this traditional dish is Chef Jeremy Decloux, all the way from France via Tampa Bay, where he runs restaurants The Wooden Rooster in St. Pete and Sarasota, plus Marcel, also in Sarasota, alongside his speakeasy bar, Pangea. And also, by the way, welcome back to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen, my friend.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be back.
Okay, because this is a classic. I am stoked because when you were here just last time, you made a 3-course meal in 30 minutes. But today, we're cooking an absolute classic, not just because of its impact with the coming over to America, but from a television standpoint too. This was brought over by Julia Child, who was an inspiration for anybody to see how food can transform lives through this medium right now that you and I have together as a community, as well as what is done with the idea of food, television, and approachability with what can be a complicated dish. But Jeremy, you're here today, my friend. This is not going to be complicated at all.
We're going to make it easy. We're going to try at least.
I love it. So what's the first step then in getting it done right?
Well, the first step is a good chicken. Free-range chicken, farm-raised, anything as nice as you can get. The more free-range, the better. The meat will be a little tougher. So when you braise it, it'll be nice and stick to the bone and everything. So,
okay, perfect.
So that's what we got. So we're going to portion it and marinate it. So this is a dish which takes a long time usually. So,
but good things should take time. I mean, if you're going to rush things, you're not going to get sometimes the right result. But with a dish like this, preparation, respect for the ingredients, and the excitement for what you're working towards, that's what's going to get you through it.
Correct. So we're going to portion the chicken. So we're going to take the 2 legs out, then the breast. And again, the way you portion it is cutting through the bones, taking as much bone as you can out. But any technique or any way anybody cut their chicken is totally fine as well. And we're going to do a marinade. So a marinade needs to be done for at least 24 hours. So it's not a one-day dish. It's a,
now we've got
couple-day dish.
A couple dishes, but in terms of portion size, how much are you trying to get, and how much will this feed?
So I like to think of chickens for 4 people, but we're going to cut it in smaller pieces. Maybe 6. Okay. Depends, but 4 it's a good way.
It's a good rule of thumb for a dish like
That's
this.
what I would say.
Okay.
So here we have a breast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it like this. So that's 1, 2. We'll do the same thing right here.
And so with this here, we're just trying to get as many of the bones that were along the rib cartilage gone away, so that way then it's not going to be a part of the cooking process.
Correct.
Now,
so
if you wanted to, you could save that and you can make a stock. You can
make a stock, you can make a sauce, you can do anything you want, and you can also leave it on the chicken.
Yeah.
I just try to make it so when it's ready to eat, it's nice and tender and easy to eat.
I like that.
Little trick for the chicken, if you cut right here with a little piece of fat here.
Now, could you just buy the chicken as just the pieces that they are and kind of reverse engineer it? Or
you could. The only thing is tough to find a good farm-raised chicken already portioned.
And would it also be more cost economical to just get the whole chicken and then breaking it down yourself at home?
It's always cheaper if you buy both.
Yeah. Now, this is a dish that you and Lola cook at the house a lot?
I do. She loves it. She loves it. She loves anything stew, anything old school French. She's
I love it.
Big fan of it.
Now, Lola is your wife, right?
Correct, yes.
Now, last time that you were here in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen, you know, come on now, what's going on at the house?
I kind of talk about everybody in my family but my wife.
See, my friends, it happens to everybody. We're in the moment, we think about like, hey, our kids, we think about, you know, our parents, and then it's like, oh, whoa. There was one person that was missing.
And I was excited when you asked for coq au vin. I was like, perfect, she likes it. So I took the liberty to ask to talk about it because
Lola,
she's a big part of it.
Look at you right there. See, this is what date night brings together. Come on now. Look at this happy couple. There's Lola and you. These are the keys to a happy marriage?
It is. Happy wife is happy life.
That's the truth. Now, where was this shot taken from?
I was actually in New Zealand.
New Zealand. Globe setters over here too. Lola,
was,
come on
yeah.
now. That's
It
awesome.
was our 15-year anniversary trip, so
And how long have you guys been married since then?
it was less. We did the trip a couple months ago.
Okay, so it was just
came back.
recently then
Just
too.
happened, yeah, 15 years.
Very good. So it looks like everything's already quartered up. Now, what do we have to do for our marinade?
Super easy. So I do fresh thymes, fresh rosemary. And like I said, we're going to marinate that for a little bit. So a little bit of chopped garlic, salt and pepper. And the marinade can be anything. So if you want to add some stuff, but the whole idea of marinade is for the chicken to imbibe the wine.
Okay.
So when we do actually the stew, it will, you'll see, we'll do two different ones. There's a wine to marinate, and then there's one we're going to cook with it. Of course, I like to throw some onions in it too.
Very nice. Okay.
And none of this will be used to cook, so just to give some flavor. It's to give flavor to the liquid, and the liquid give a flavor back to the wine, to the chicken.
An absolutely beautiful base to work with here, because for Chef Jeremy's recipe for the traditional coq au vin, head to our website, dinnerdeas.com. We have all the ingredients and the directions ready for you to download and print. Just scan the QR code with the camera on your phone. Now, what type of wine did you just add in?
So coq au vin, the dish itself comes from Beaujolais, which is right south of where I'm come from.
Okay, so no pressure that this is from the hometown. This is, you know, everyone back home is watching too, going like, all right, do us proud, my friend.
Yep, so I did the recipe. I worked in a 2-star Michelin when I was 14 did all my training there. So that's a recipe from there. So it's Beaujolais. The wine is, you can take any wine, it doesn't matter. But anything too strong, Bordeaux, anything like that would be too strong. Doesn't need to be, because like I said, this is just marinade and will be discarded. And then the wine for cooking will add plenty of flavor, and we don't need a fancy wine to cook with.
Perfect. So then now that this is already done, this goes into a refrigerator?
So that goes in the fridge.
Okay.
24 hours, 12 hours will work, but 24 is better.
24 hours. So this is a whole little bit of preparation.
Just do it the night before. I mean,
And is it worth the wait?
it is worth the wait.
It's worth the wait. Okay. So now that we have that, what's our next step?
So next step, same thing, we can prep it the day before. We can do it right before, but we're going to toast some flour.
Toasting flour.
So we're going to do a brown flour, which is relatively easy. Just regular flour, bread flour or all-purpose flour, whatever you have in your dry storage.
And then this is the flour that we're going to be using in our braising for the sauce.
Correct. So we're going to bring the flour to a brown. The flour is there to make the sauce a little thicker, to make a very rich stew.
Sure.
But the browning of the flour before that is to give a nutty flavor to the sauce.
Okay. Okay. All right.
To bring like a little gamey taste a little bit to it.
So then this just goes into the oven?
That's it.
How long will this go into the oven for?
Until golden brown. It will brown on the outside first.
Okay.
Which we're not going to touch it. We're just going to leave it like that. And then we're going to pass it through chin.
So just a little bit of monitoring it, but I think we can do that part, because when we come back, we're going to braise our marinated chicken, and Chef Jeremy is going to reveal his secret sweet ingredient that makes his coq au vin an essential recipe that you have to try, coming up on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, ideas for dinner for you. And trust me, my friends, today is a must-make meal. Chef Jeremy Declue is back with us to share his recipes for making the classic French dish, coq au vin. And hello again to his lovely wife, Lola. We don't want anyone sleeping on the couch tonight. And so before the break, we started to work. There she is again. Come on, celebrating the 15th anniversary right there. Before the break, we portioned our chicken, combined our red wine, the thyme, the rosemary for our beautiful marinade. 24 hours later, we also had the time to be able to roast our flour, which we're about to use in just a little bit to braise our chicken, which we already started to kind of start with. So just a little bit of salt and pepper.
So we took it out of the marinade, dried it very well, salt, pepper, and then just here we blend it all. So you'll see all the color of the wine. So it's not, the dark color is because of the marinade of the chicken. So you just want to sear on both sides.
And how long is that going to take?
The searing about, I would say, 1.5 minutes on each side. So you just want to get some color to get all the sucks. We call that the sucks in French. I don't know how you said it in English, but all the flavor stuck in it.
Okay, okay. Just going to sear it in there. So just going to have that beautiful.
We're going to add the bacon.
And that's just a little bit of bacon.
Just bacon, just salted bacon. As you can tell, I cut them pretty big, so we want like a lardon kind of idea. Like
Exactly, exactly.
We don't want the thin bacon, then
So you want to get the really thick cuts of bacon, or even if you could be able to get it and just cut it yourself up, which is that pork fat.
Which is what we did.
Yep.
So we want to take all the bottom. You can see like it looks like it's stuck to the bottom, but it's not. It's all the flavor from that red wine. So we want to keep it going like that.
Oh, you can already start smelling all those flavors right now to come together because it's starting to release all of the fat that's coming from.
I love that smell.
I do too. It's such an inviting smell, and especially at this time of the year too, where you think about a little bit more homier dishes. I want to cook this for Beth. You want to cook this for Lola. This is a dish that like you can set up the day before, start the next day, bring out the big blanket, cuddle up on the couch, binge watch dinner deals if you were wanting to binge watch that. Find a good movie on Netflix. I mean, hey, to each their own. To each their own. So it's perfect. It's perfect. So now we're going to start putting into our vegetables. So what was the first one that we added in?
I added button mushrooms. I used cremini, which is an older button mushrooms. Diced carrots. Any mushroom will do the tricks. I like the button mushroom because when they're cooked with the wine, the consistency stay there. So we're going to have the onions are going to be nice and soft. The carrots are going to be a bit on the al dente part. The bacon will be obviously like the bacon meat. And then the mushroom will stay the way they are. So
I absolutely love it. To master the art of this French cooking, all you need is Chef Jeremy's recipe, and it's on our website, dinnerdeas.com. And if you just tuned in, don't worry. You can watch the show over from the beginning and any of our shows. Just get your phone, open the camera, point it at our QR code, and a link will pop right up.
I'm going to add some garlic to it. I like fresh herbs, so a little bit of thyme.
Okay.
Pick fresh thyme. A little bit of rosemary.
So we're bringing some of the aromatics that came in from our marinade, bringing it back here.
Just a little bit, just to bring back the flavor.
Okay. Oh, wow, that rosemary, once it hit the pan there, that's nice.
All right. And then now we're going to add the burnt flour.
And for those at home that might be saying, hey, look, it looks burnt on the bottom. That's okay. It's not burnt. Everyone at home, it is okay to have that. That is the flavor that is going to be happening. All right, now here comes the fun part of your flour.
So the burnt flour, we're going to pass it through a tammy so it doesn't clumps up when you do the sauce.
Now, folks, let me show you something here, folks. This over here is just the regular all-purpose flour that you would just have. Raw all-purpose flour, okay? Now, this over here is our toasted flour. Can you see the difference? We did this just before the break, but it's going to bring out a beautiful nuttiness, and it's going to have a little bit more flavor than just what that raw flour was going to do for you. This dish absolutely is coming through. And look, it just took all of our liquid.
You want it to see like it's coated. It looks like candy almost. That's what we're looking for.
I love it. Let's take the Chef Jeff cam here and get an even closer look here for you guys at home to see that beautiful. Everything that was just down there, all of that fat just kind of came through, and now it's the fun part.
And then the wine, so like I said, Beaujolais or Burgundy or any wine you really want. So again, it's coq au vin, meaning wine, so there's a lot of wine involved in the recipe.
There's a lot of wine in that recipe, but what's also really great about that is that this is a wine that you would be drinking. If you're going to be cooking, you taught us that.
See, I saved some for later.
You saved some for later, my friend.
You have to drink the same wine as you cook it.
That's the spirit.
So.
That's the spirit. I like it.
All right, so we're going to put back our chicken in it.
Okay.
And it will be baked in the oven, so it doesn't matter which order or how you put it.
Okay.
The size of the chicken is cut perfectly, so everything will be cooked at the same time. We're gonna put all the juice.
you got to throw everything back in. I got all those juice.
So everything will cook nice and slow. We're gonna put that down a little bit.
Okay.
And then the secret ingredient is chocolate.
Chocolate.
So
this is the secret ingredient. Now, why chocolate? What makes it so unique with this dish for you?
So again, it's a personal preference, but like I said earlier, the dish is made with a Beaujolais, which is usually not a great wine. There's great Beaujolais, don't get me wrong, I love Beaujolais wine, but it's usually made with a lower-end wine, which is very acidic, very aggressive on the palate. So the chocolate is going to bring like a sweetness and the smooth taste to it.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
We'll see you at the end when you can taste it.
Okay.
And then just a veal stock with.
Now, veal stock. Now, is this something that is hard to find? Is this something that we have to take hours to cook to it, or can we just buy this?
You can buy it. I mean, we can make it if you want, if you're into cooking. There's plenty of recipes online, but it's tough to make. You have to find veal bones and stuff. What I recommend would be a beef stock.
Okay.
You can buy it in any grocery stores. Anything with veal, because we need that gelatin from the bones.
So you want to make sure that you're going to be using some level of a beef stock, not a chicken stock, not a vegetable stock. You want beef. You want that gelatin.
Because you want that sauce. You'll see when it's baked after a couple hours, the sauce will be thick and it's something like it's earthy.
Okay.
So that's what the veal stock and the flour will bring to the dish.
Absolutely.
So that's it. We're going to bring that to a bowl, put a lid, and put that in the oven.
Fantastic. Well, that's going to go into the oven. Our coq au vin is very nearly prêt à manger.
Prêt à manger, yeah.
Prêt à manger.
Ready to eat, yeah.
That's ready to... I know a little bit of French there. So when we come back, Chef Jeremy's suggested side for this classic dish is coming right up as we show you how it all comes together to make a delicious dinner dia. Welcome back to Dinner Dias, a daily dose of dinner inspiration, and today we're cooking up a classic coq au vin from an actual Frenchman. Chef Jeremy Decloux owns restaurants The Wooden Rooster in St. Pete and Sarasota, which he is also has the restaurant Marcel there as well as speakeasy bar called Pangea.
Correct.
You got it all, my friend. Before the break, we braised our marinated chicken, adding in red wine, veal stock, flour, which we roasted, carrots, onions, bacon, mushrooms, and the secret ingredient,
Chocolate.
chocolate. It then braised in the oven, and when it's done, let's see how this looks.
That's good.
Oh, come on now, man. Like, this, I just want to go, like, take a jump in it right now. I mean, I know it's hot and all, but I just want to, like, kind of, like, go swimming in this because all the...
Smell the chocolate a little bit.
The chocolate is what's really kind of enticing me even more to be like, I'm going like head first into this right now. It's absolutely beautiful. So we've got an absolute beautiful star for the dish, but we also need a nice side to go with it.
Yep.
So what's a good side for this?
So I went with fresh pasta. It's a traditional thing to do with coq au vin where we're from. It can be anything. It can be rice, it can be a potato gratin, it can be anything you're in the mood for. What I like about the pasta, they're plain and simple. They're going to soak up the sauce after when we eat them. So those are, you can buy at the grocery store fresh pasta from the store. You can make them if you want. You can use dry pasta as well.
All right.
The good thing with fresh pasta is they cook really quick. So
Well,
it's
I
easy.
mean, there's, you know, we're just gonna wait for pasta to, cook, but there's, some wine that's still left over.
You know my wine.
It's the wine that we're cooking with. You taught us all. You only cook and drink with the wines that you're going to be cooking and drinking with. So
fun part about
I'm just
cooking.
saying, I just think, it'd be a disservice to Lola and to Beth if we didn't just take
Cheers
a
to
glass. Cheers to our two beautiful women in our lives. And
Thank you
cheers
so
to you,
much.
my friend. Thank you very much
Cheers
for
to
being
you.
here today. Absolutely. Cheers, Lola. This one's for you and for all of you watching. To get Chef Jeremy's recipe for coq au vin with the details on everything we did, go to our website, dinnerdias.com. Open up the camera app on your phone and point it there. I got it, my friends, right there. That is our QR or a quick response code. And when you see the phone come up, that link is going to pop right up. It's going to take you right to our site. And look, we've got fresh pasta.
Pastas are done. Like I say, really quick.
We've got the coq au vin, a little bit of butter.
A little bit of butter, a little bit of cracked black pepper,
Come on.
and we'll be ready to go in a second.
Who knows? This is like so inviting. This is what this time of the year dishes like this bring. This is comfort. Is this comfort food for you coming from that? This is from your region in France.
It's
birthed out of your.
It is. It's what I grew up on. It's what we're used to. It's fantastic to you can keep it for a couple of days and read it. The more you read it, the better it is, if you ask me. But
I can't wait because when we come back after the break, we'll be tasting our traditional coq au vin to see whether it's truly earned its legendary status, and more importantly, to make sure it's worthy of being a dinner dia. Welcome back to Dinner Dias. Today, we've welcomed back Chef Jeremy Decloux to make a classic French dish, coq au vin, which apart from waiting for the chicken to marinate, really doesn't take that much time to actually make.
no, it doesn't. No. Pretty easy.
I mean, it's the preparation part, but it's that preparation that gets you into what is the joy of this dish.
Enjoy.
Whoa.
You taste the chocolate and the flour a little bit.
It's the subtlety of the chocolate that does take down, why you were saying, you need it to balance out what would have been a more acidity, the more acidic bite that was coming from our wine there. And I can understand why. But yeah, just a little subtle touch on that. Now, I gotta ask you though, this is coming from your region in France. So let me ask you, how is it for you?
I love it. I think it's a great dish. It's fantastic, like you said, it's easy to cook, it's easy, you can keep it, the more you reheat it, the better it tastes.
I absolutely love it. Because it's one of these dishes that, like for me, we go back and forth a little bit, where it's like, hey, we get the protein bite, we get the bread, and we're kind of like, taking everything from the Dutch oven and just scooping around it, because it's like, it's good to the last bite. It's almost good to the, honestly, folks, it's good to the last lick, okay? Let's just call it what it is. I'm totally there for it. So, to you, my friend, merci.
No, thank you.
Merci to Chef Jeremy Decloux for sharing his take on this classic dish. Find his recipe for it at our website, dinnerdeas.com, where we also have links to his vast restaurant empire. Because if you want to taste his cooking for yourself, scan the QR code to get right over to us. And while you're there, let us know if you've cooked anything we've made. Thanks for watching, and thanks especially one last time to our lovely Lola. Cheers to you too. Au revoir. I'm Jeff Bilbert, and see you next time for more Dinner Dias.
Cheers. Thank you.